Alright my fellow agents, welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and earlier today the team over at the Division 2 gave us all the information in regard to the spring event, which is going to start tomorrow, April 21st, and it is live until May 12th of this year. So today my friends, we're going to take a few moments and go over the patch notes really quick. Now as always, we're going to jump right into the details, and if you happen to enjoy this, do me a favor and hit that like button, it truly helps the channel out. And if you want to stay up to speed on all things Division, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button as well. Alright, so starting at the top, they say from April 21st until May 12th, the city shifts with the season. Decorations appear across familiar streets and hidden corners, and new atmosphere takes over the map with a few new surprises waiting for those who look closer. All players who log in during the event will receive the Rising Sun headgear, and the event is active for all level 40 players with seasonal progression unlocked. Next, they talk about some of the enemies we're going to face during the Cherry Blossom event, and we're going to start with the Kitsunibi ambushes. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. They say exploring the streets won't stay quiet for long. Roughly every 10 minutes, squads of 5 Kitsunibi named enemies, a splinter group of the outcast, will track you down and engage. Unlike standard patrols, they fight differently and have a few unique traits. Shared health link means damage dealt to one enemy is spread across the group. Their tech isn't fully stable. Occasional malfunction will shock individual enemies and break the link. When that happens, that is your window to isolate and take them out. They continue by saying, stay in the fight long enough and something stronger answers back. After defeating enough Kitsunibi, the Ronin will appear and you'll get a prompt to call for backup, and it's there for a reason. When they arrive, the world will shift, dark blue petals fall, the audio changes, and the encounter begins. You can see that solo agents will face one Ronin, and groups will be dealing with both the Fox Ronin and the Red Ronin at the same time. They're more deliberate, more resilient, and equipped to sustain themselves in longer fights. Take them down and you earn event keys along with unique skill VFX skins tied to each boss. Now at the very bottom you can see they say the higher the difficulties increase their chances to drop event keys, and obviously when the event begins tomorrow my friends, I promise to bring you multiple videos talking about the best ways to farm, how to be efficient as possible. And as always, if you have any other questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. Moving on, we have exploration, and you can see they say not everything is trying to kill you. Some things are worth slowing down for. Cherry blossom decorations are scattered all across DC, some easy to spot, others tucked away in places you might normally pass by. Interacting with these corrupted decorations restores them, but it does not go unnoticed. Nearby enemies are more likely to ambush you. Pink petals start to fall, signaling the encounter, and each interaction contributes to your overall progress. There are 40 decorations to restore across DC, and finding all of them unlocks the Cherry Arm patch. Even after that, 3 decorations will reactivate daily at 8 AM UTC, so exploration does not stop once you've cleared them all. And just like a video in regard to farming the keys, I will also bring you a video showing you all of the Cherry Blossom decoration locations once they've been discovered. Next we have the event vendor and caches, and they say everything you do during the event feeds back to the base of operations. The event vendor has been given a seasonal refresh and will be your main hub for spending event keys. Now there are going to be 3 ways you can get the keys: taking down the Kitsunibi squads, defeating the Ronin, and interacting with the Cherry Blossom decorations. Which now takes us to what you can actually buy with those keys, and we're going to start with apparel. They say apparel caches contain only vanity items with no duplicates, so every key spent gets you closer to completing the full collection. There are 30 items in total, and collecting the full set will reward you with a Lucky Cat emote. Apparel keys can also be purchased if you're looking to complete the collection faster. But to be very clear my friends, all of the stuff you're seeing on screen is free, so in my opinion, while you can farm for this stuff, don't pay any money, just actually get the stuff for free. Now in addition to the apparel caches, you can also buy gear caches, and these caches can contain some of those items a lot of you out there have been trying to get for a very long time. We're talking about the Lexington and the Turmoil. We also have a new named weapon being introduced into the game called the First Bloom, and on top of all this stuff, there's actually a rare chance for prototype gear to drop as well. And last but not least, in regard to spending those keys, you can also donate them for the community challenge. They say during the Cherry Blossom event, all agents contribute to a shared cross-platform community challenge. Progress unlocks exclusive Ronin theme rewards. We got the Ronin outfit, Ronin gloves, and Ronin mask. They also mention the fact you can earn personal rewards along the way. You got 4 different arm patches you can earn. They're going to be dependent on how many keys you donate. You're going to get 1 for 10 keys, 1 for 20, 1 for 40, and 1 for 80. And with all that being said, at this point, we're going to switch gears and talk about improvements that they are making to Escalation. And one thing I've been talking about since Escalation was introduced was the fact that the drop rates for prototype gear was absolutely abysmal. However, as of tomorrow, they're going to increase the prototype item drop rates across all Escalation tiers, excluding Tier 1. Adding prototype items to the targeted loot daily rotation and Escalation. Enemies tied to the daily rotating targeted loot pool now have a chance to drop prototype versions of those items. This applies only to the daily targeted loot rotation and does not apply to selectable targeted loot sources such as Countdown or the Summit. The chance for prototype targeted loot drops increase with higher escalation tiers. They added a warning message to clarify the matchmaking in escalation is based on selected tier rather than mission. They've also added a warning message to clarify that once an escalation tier has been confirmed, matchmaking becomes unavailable for that run. Disabled certain matchmaking and call for backup options during active escalation runs to reduce cases where players could be moved into unintended sessions or lose tokens after confirming a tier. Now, as you can see at the bottom, they also made a major change in regard to prototype gear if you have a piece that has a skill tier on it. Now, skill tiers for prototype items are going to count for 1.5 skill tier per item. So that means if you have 2 pieces of prototype gear equipped, you're actually going to be at skill tier 3. And once again, as previously mentioned, once all of this stuff goes live, we will be testing it out, making sure everything actually works as intended, as it's supposed to, all that good stuff. And as always, if you have any more questions, let me know. But again, once the event is live, then we'll talk about all the changes that were made and other changes we definitely want to see, hopefully very soon. Last but not least today, my fellow agents, we have a new creator collaboration event starting tomorrow, and this one is going to feature, I believe it's pronounced, Atsuichi, Resina, and Mobile. And just like the previous creator events, you can see each creator introduces their own project chain, taking you across different areas of Washington, D.C., and asking you to complete in activities in specific name zones. And just like the previous events, as you progress through the project chain, you'll also earn different rewards. And when you complete all 6 projects for a creator, you're going to get an exclusive backpack as well. Now you can also see they say each creator will also be sharing codes for an exclusive ARM patch through their own channels. So if you're not following them, you won't want to miss it. And I promise you, once I have those codes, my friends, I will post them here at the channel as well. And for those of you that may not know, I actually had the privilege of being included in the last creator program. I mean, this is based on your incredible support you've shown me over the years. It's a very humbling thing. So again, show that support, my fellow agents. On that note, I'm going to start to wrap this up and leave you with a few final thoughts. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible continued support. Please let me know of any other questions you have I did not address. Thank you once again for the privilege of your time. And as I mention at the end of every one of these, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone. Hello once again, my fellow agents. I hope you're doing well on this fine day. All right, I raced home from work to make this news video for you, so I hope you do enjoy it. And again, as I said in the video, once the event goes live tomorrow, I'll bring you a full breakdown of everything that's actually going on. We'll be testing out the drop rates, all of that stuff, and hopefully those of you out there that missed previous season events like the winter event will actually be able to jump into this one and get that Lexington, get the turmoil, because again, you're going to see a ton of builds based around those items. So please take this opportunity and farm when the event begins tomorrow. And I promise to show you the best way to farm for those things, my friends. I think that's all I got for this video. Now, I will leave a link to the full patch notes in the video description down below because there were a few things I did not cover in the video. There are some bug fixes, things like that. And as always, if you happen to have any requests, please let me know in the comment section. I'll do my best to get those to you as quickly as possible. You know, I do have full-time work, but in my free time, put these videos together as quickly as I can, my friends. All right, that's it. I need to get back to work. Appreciate all of you so much. Thank you once again for everything, and I will see you in the next one.